On this episode of Searchers, we're at the John G. Clarke House.
Look at that. Beautiful looking coin.
That's a stirrup. That's a nice stirrup.
It's the world's largest Merc.
Oh, it actually is another flat button. But there's more coming out of here.
Oh, we are not inviting play anymore.
Now keep that little shit behind the camera where he belongs. We're done playing this game.
On Searchers, we combine myth and history to find the truth. John G. Clarke was born in Washington County, Pennsylvania in 1829. After receiving an early education in a local one-room schoolhouse, he would then move to Washington College, now known as Washington Jefferson College. At Washington College, he primarily focused on agriculture, and that would become a lifelong passion of his. On his farm of nearly 200 acres, he would raise merino sheep. And merino sheep in the 1870s was the highest quality wool that you could get. And Washington County was the leader not only in the United States, but in the world of quality sheep's wool. For more than 20 years, John Clarke would serve on the Washington County Wool Growers Association. The home where we are today was built by John G. in the early 1870s and would have been one of the finest homes in this area. Down the road would be the home of his brother, Hervey Hindman Clarke, that we visited several months ago and had some really great finds. So we're really hoping that we can find something here that'll tie to Hervey Hindman Clarke and maybe the Wool Growers Association in Washington County.
I've been working the side of the J. Clarke House, and I have a pretty decent tone. It's in that 70s range. It's a very high tone. So, I mean, that usually means something really good. And you know what? If you can look in the hole right now, you could see what I see. Right here. I got this nice little clump, and look at that. That is silver, guys. That is silver. Let's see. I mean, it is really thin, though. Oh. You know what? I don't want to wipe this or anything like that, but it looks smooth, unfortunately. Oh, there is nothing on it. You know, that's a small coin. It's definitely a silver coin. You know, I could be lucky enough, maybe a half real, or it could be a half dime. You know, we'll clean this up, and in the reveal, hopefully we'll get something off of it and find out what it really is.
You know, I've never seen a coin worn so smooth.
I'll give you that. It was smooth. You know, about the only thing we can do is we can measure the diameter, or give us an idea of what it may or may not be.
Thickness ain't gonna matter. That thing's paper thin.
Oh, yeah, it is.
You know, but I don't care what you say. You're really getting credit for a silver disc. It's not a coin. Not disc.
Coin.
Disc.
Coin.
No coin.
Coin.
Disc.
Coin.
So I got a medium tone on this one. And again, I hate to keep sounding like a broken record, but new detector. I'm fairly certain it's iron, steel, something, garbage. But I gotta dig it just because I'm trying to learn what the new tones are. One thing nice with all the rain we've had, the soil's nice and wet. It's real nice cutting plugs now. All right, let's check out the great unveiling. Well, it's not in the plug. That's a semi-good sign. Well, that would be number one for the day. Another episode in the quest for putting the addition on my house. Cut nail. At least it's an old one. Let's see how many more of these I can find before the day's over. Got another hole in the ground. Got another signal similar to the last couple of signals I got. Pretty certain it's a nail, but if it beeps, I dig. Yep. That's a nail. That's even a modern nail. Roofing nail. Well, here we are again. Another signal. Got a feeling it's another nail, so let's check it out. I've lost track. I have no idea how many this is now. 3, 4, 5. At least it's a cut nail. At least it's old, which does put it in the time frame of when the house was built. Little bit of history, a little bit of rusty history. Not quite as interesting as some of the stuff we found, but still interesting. So I'll take it. And one more nail for the house edition.
You know, if you didn't find a handful of nails, I would be worried something was wrong.
New detector, same results.
Oh, now there's something you want to hear right there. Nice high tone. 82, 83. Let's turn on it. Oh, it's still really good. This is something you're going to want to dig. All right, we've got our plug cut here. Let's pull up and see what we might have. Still a little tough in the ground there. All right. Whoa! Now, that's something you don't see every day. Aha! Know what this is, but you know what? It's the world's largest Marc. That's right. Found here in southwestern Pennsylvania. World's largest Marc, you know. You gotta love it. You know, any day that you find a Marc, you gotta love it. Now, yeah, it's not a Mercury coin, guys, but, you know, I bet you this is probably off of a hubcap from, you know, like a 1940s car somewhere in there, maybe late 30s. But any day you find a Marc is a good day.
You're an idiot.
It's a Marc. You're an idiot. It is a Marc. Marc.
You know, I had a real kind of whisper hit here, but it was still kind of ringing a little high, but very low, you know, kind of a whispering sound. But it's reading at 65, 68, a little bit jumping around on it. But, you know what, if you look in the hole, you can see what it is. It's definitely a coin. Oh, yeah. Look at that right there. There it is. Let's check it out. I mean, it looks penny-sized. Could it be an Indian head? Ooh, you know what? Really green. If you look at that, I mean, I can almost tell you right now that that's going to be an Indian head, and sure is. Look at that. Beautiful looking coin. Just comes out. I mean, this is probably the nicest coin we found out of this yard so far right here. You got to love it when these things come out green looking like that. And this thing just looks like the day it was dropped. I got to look at it a little bit. It's 1880 something, maybe 1884, 85, something like that. But nice little IHP here at the Clarke House.
IHP.
Us sophisticates know that as Indian head penny.
That sounds like a cheap beer, not a coin.
I didn't think it was a cheap beer.
Okay, got a nice tone on this one. A little higher. Numbers are reading a little bit better. 12.56, 12.57. That's telling me coin. Let's see what we find. Yeah, it is a coin. A rather green one. That is an Indian head penny. And being that it is so green, I'm going to guess it's a rather older one. Because it's green means there's more copper in it. So, see if I can see the date here. Take out the old man glass. Looks like it says either 1868 or 1869. So that again puts it right around when the house was built. This very well may turn out to be my coolest find of the day, but we're going to keep trying to see if we can find something even cooler. So I got a high tone on the E-track. It's coming up about 12.46. The 12 is what reads fairest. The .46 is what I'm really interested in. It's telling me coin, jewelry, ring, something. I got the hole opened up. We're going to see what I got. It's about 6 inches down. Whoop! I see something shiny. Well, it's shiny. It's interesting. What is a costume earring? I'm guessing from the 50s, 60s. Oh, bummer. It's missing one stone. Might have to find another piece of glass to fix it. I don't know. Well, it's jewelry. It's brass. Looks like it's nickel plated. Green. And maybe if I'm really lucky, I can keep looking around here and find its twin, and then I'll have it set to wear to out to dancing tonight with Brian and Clay.
What are you talking about?
Been working all around the house today. You know what? There's a lot of sus underneath the ground, a lot of signals. So you decide to come down here along the road because, you know, I could envision these people, you know, a little affluent. They probably threw a bunch of parties. And, you know, I can imagine people parking right down here along the road. So, you know what? Maybe they lost some stuff, some change, jewelry. Who knows? So let's check out and see what we might get here. Again, you know, there's a lot of low tones and beeps at times, but it's kind of quiet down here. Oh, now that's what you want to hear right there. Beautiful sound. 88, 87, very high tone. Let's check this one out. All right, so here we go. Let's pop this thing out. Okay. Well, wait a second. No, something. Oh, check this. Well, it's large and circular. Check it out. Right there it is. It's a nice compact. You know, like I said, I can imagine some lady, maybe either before the party, coming out of here, you know, maybe during Prohibition, had a few too many, dropped her compact, getting into the car. You know, sometimes they used to hide coins in these things. I don't think I could get it open right now, but check back at the review. Maybe there's something special inside.
Okay, I got a mid-tone here. It's reading about 1350. Tells me iron. I'm getting good at iron since every nail is hitting around there. Gonna dig it. It's not very deep, but it's hitting a strong enough signal that I think it's something large. Take the headphones off because I got R2-D2 in my ears. That's big. It's right there. There it is. Okay, this is cool. This is very cool. I think I just topped the penny. That's a stirrup. That's a nice stirrup. As you can see, we have a barn in behind me. This used to be a working farm. Obviously, they had horses. Well, it's not too awful old because this piece you see coming off right here is chrome. And chrome, I believe the plating process was invented in the 1940s. Could have been the 1930s, but irregardless, it's not much older than that. And I'm guessing it's probably significantly newer than that. I'm guessing 60s maybe. But personally, I think this is cooler than the coin because this puts a people aspect in with the area. Coins are always cool to find, but I like relics. So this is one very nice, very large relic. And I think the owners are going to think this is pretty cool as well.
So, I'm sweeping down through here. You know, we've got a lot of land to cover today. So Rich and Brian asked me to help detect. So of course, they send me on the other side of the road away from the house. But I get this really weird hit. It's like low, high, real jittery. And, you know, I just dig anything that I get. So I went ahead and started digging. And I start finding all these little round balls, these little lead balls. And I've got probably 20 of them right now that I've got in here. So I'm gonna keep going. Let's see if there's anything else. There's more coming out of here. Hey Rich, you gotta come over and take a look at this. Another one. Look at all this.
What do you got? You got
Starting-
lots of balls.
I got all these like jittery hits. I really didn't know what I was gonna get. And I start pulling out all this lead.
Who invited him, and why were you going over looking in his hole?
I wanted to see his tiny balls.
So, I mean, I think it's buckshot.
Well, yes and no. That's not all buckshot. These larger ones are buckshot.
Well, there's more in here. I mean, look at this. I mean, look at that one.
Okay, this one
Yeah.
is called drop shot. Sometimes mistakenly called swan shot. Swan shot's actually an actual size of shot in the 18th and 19th century.
Okay.
Kind of like we have double-aught buck and then we have number 4 buck and stuff. But that's homemade.
Homemade.
Yeah, homemade. What they do is they basically take the molten lead and they pour it from a height,
Yeah.
and then it drops into the water and cools obviously immediately.
Huh.
But because a real shot tower is like 200 feet tall,
Okay.
and by the time the shot falls through 200 feet, it's perfectly spherical.
Okay.
This isn't falling that far, so you got a tail on the end of it.
Okay.
So that tells me it's homemade. There's a couple of them in here that actually they're not perfectly round.
Well, look at this. I mean, this one's flat. That just came out. I mean,
Yeah, that one didn't drop far enough.
no. I mean, and there's more.
Oh,
in
these
here.
are sweet.
I mean, look at this. They just keep coming out. I mean,
Okay.
there's just even more of it coming out.
You know, I know we sent you over on this side of the house because Brian and I were on the other side, but we didn't really want you to find anything.
You know, I thought that would have been the find of the day.
Yeah. But he had to do one better.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm getting a. I don't know what I'm getting. I'm seeing it's like ringing zinc on my White's Quantum. It's zinc and then maybe copper. So my thought is it's going to be a penny, you know, probably a modern penny because they have zinc in them. But I'm going to take a look and see anyway because, you know, I wasn't getting any good hits, and so I'm going to dig something. So let's just see what we can possibly turn up here. This ground is really soft. You know, underneath these trees, it's not real solid. Let's see. I'm getting something here. Oh, it is something round. You know what? I think it's going to end up being a penny. Oh, no, it's not actually. You know what? Get this cleaned off. It's actually a button. Oh, and it's got the loop on the back of it too. That's awesome. So it's a flat button. I've got a nice little flat button. You know, it's got the loop on the back. I don't see any writing on it. You know, I don't see anything stamped on the back. I'm gonna have to take this and let Brian see it. He knows more about these buttons. You know, I know he talks about the alpha and omega, you know, loop on the back, but I'll have to give it to him, see what he has to say. But still, cool flat button. I mean, depending on the loop, it could be late 18th century, early 19th century, and so even now, though it's a lot earlier than the house, you know, there were people settled here. So, you know, it's a cool find that goes with the history of the property. So, nice little flat button. So, I'm right here, right next to where I found the flat button. In fact, still have the hole open. You know, I leave the hole open, put the object on top so that Brian can come around and actually do the GPS tracking on it. But I got another hit, and it is really similar to the sound that I got on that flat button. So it could be a penny, could be a modern penny, but I still want to check it out. You know, I don't know what the chances are finding another flat button, but I'm gonna see. It's actually right there in the hole. I can. Oh, it actually is another flat button. Oh my gosh, I cannot. And the loops on the back of it. I can't believe it. I mean, look how close they are. I mean, they're probably, I mean, maybe off the same garment, maybe the same person dropped them. I don't see anything stamped on the back of this one either. No, actually there is a little bit on it. We'll have to clean it up and see, but I mean, how great is that? I mean, to find these two flat buttons, like I said, not necessarily with the history of the house, but to the land that it's on, you know, that's something we can definitely, you know, tell this story with. And I've noticed that apparently finding that buckshot brought Rich over to this side of the road. I'm not in exile by myself anymore, but hey, Rich, just so you know, you might be encroaching on my land, but I just found two flat buttons. All right, well, I want to keep going and see what I can find.
Oh, we are not inviting Clay anymore.
Now, keep that little shit behind the camera where he belongs. We're done playing this game.
Bring in his little $100 detector, try to one-up us on everything.
Big man on campus now. No, we're done.
You know what? Let's just go back, show him what we found. He already knows
He knows
that we found.
three of them, yeah.
He probably knows everything else, too.
He probably does.
He does. He skulks around.
Yeah, he's a
He's one of those bottom feeders.
snake.
Yeah, exactly. He says that we're coming across. We tried to give him the good spot to go
New
to.
nickname, Clay the Snake.
I knew that's where the 18th century stuff was.
All right, guys, so normally you come back from detecting, you get to tell me everything that you found, but I got to go this time. So how do you want to do this?
Not have you detect the next time?
Well, that's fine, but we still need to tell people what we found.
Well, how about Rich? Why don't you go first?
Okay. Well, I probably got the most, definitely got the biggest. Not sure if I got the coolest, but I'm happy with it. Piece of chain here that I got up near what was the remains, or where the site of the old horse barn was, appears to be wrought iron, possibly hand forged. And then I've got the stirrup, which when I first pulled it out of the ground, I thought was really cool, until I realized that the side of it has chrome plating on it, so it's not quite as old as I thought it was. And then more or less the various junk that you find at the site that's been inhabited for the last 100 years. Die-cast car, bronze hose nozzle, copper pipe fitting.
I see what I like.
What do you like? I like my first Mine Lab find.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing more classic than, you know, classic Coke bottle lid there, you know, but that was my first find with the Mine Lab. Aluminum carabiner, got my nails.
I mean, only the three, or were there more?
No, those are the only three I got.
Wow.
I'm kind of surprised. It was unfortunately, I was nail poor this time.
Well, what's the coin though? I know you found a coin. What's that?
The coin is an Indian head, 1892.
Okay.
One of the earliest, I think actually the earliest Indian head penny that I've found. Small silver pendant, piece of costume jewelry, clamp-on earring. As soon as I find the other one, we've got to make up a set for Brian for when he goes out dressed as dragon on weekends. And I did dig. I did find 3 nice pieces of old pottery, which obviously didn't come from the detector, but did come when I was digging for one of the objects in here. So, but it was pretty decent. Pretty decent little setup there.
Well, I mean, I think the coin's nice. I mean, it fits with the period of the home, 1870s. The home was built, so I mean, it ties right into that. 1890s. So, I mean, and we know that it was a horse farm, so the tack and the stirrup go with that perfect.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you may not have found anything incredibly old, but you found stuff that definitely we can tie to the property.
I had fun like I always do.
That's all that matters. So. Well, Brian, I mean, I see you have some stuff out. I know you found more garbage that you didn't put out here, but
yeah, I usually don't put the garbage out because that would take up the rest of the.
So
I do dig a lot of holes.
Yes.
I do dig.
So what do we have?
Well, do have some. I think one of the more. I have a few interesting finds, but I kind of liked this one because I had a feeling I found it down near the road. And it's a compact. I popped it open, but you can see there's just what you'd find on a compact, broken glass and the stuff they put on their face.
No coins.
No coins, I was hoping.
Yeah.
But it was kind of neat because I kind of envisioned people coming up, maybe coming to stop over for a party or something like that, park along the road, maybe dropping stuff, and someone did. So I was kind of excited about that find because kind of using that intuitive sense where to find stuff.
So 1920s, 30s?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, early part of the 20th century.
Okay.
Along with this, this off of an old hubcap. That's mercury on there.
Your
giant
biggest
Marc.
Marc.
I know no one else has found a Merc that size in the United States.
Next time, when I am 75 yards away, you do not yell, "Look at the size of the Merc I found," to watch my little fat rear end come jogging across the yard. Never again.
Maybe if you do that a few more times, it won't be a fat.
That's not going to happen. I've been trying for 20 years.
Well, another thing, we found another compact, top to some, probably it had powder or something. So a lot of women's stuff here. A pocket watch.
There's a hole in that one.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what? That's a perfect size. That's right where my, I hit that. Shotgun shells, okay, top of shotguns, you'll find those everywhere. Verona Tool Works, cuff link, kind of neat. Then we do have some pieces of, suspenders, some kind of little buckle. Typical things you're going to find around a house.
Well, you found suspenders at the other Clarke House too, the Herbie Hyman
Oh,
Clarke
yeah.
House that we went to. So are those same period?
Same period, anywhere probably from the late 19th to early 20th century. It's
So-
tough to tell.
We're looking at a large piece of property that was farmed. I mean, it goes those 2 homes all the way down Little Chartiers Creek for a while. So it was a lot of acreage. So probably something from the guys that work there.
Oh.
I would think then.
Oh yeah, work there, even live there, because everyone wears suspenders.
That's true.
Found a game token, probably from the local arcade at the mall. Some Wheaties, an Indian head.
From the old Franklin Mall.
Yeah, the old Franklin Mall. I'm pretty sure it's what is this game code. I'm pretty sure that's where it's from.
That's great.
I think I remember using a few of those in machines. 1883 Indian head, and then my really first ever for me, so a bucket lister. And you're looking at it, you're probably thinking, well, there's nothing on it. But when you size it out, it's silver. But when you mic it out, it comes out to be right in that half dime range, which is anywhere from, since there's nothing on it, it is smooth. I mean, it is very smooth.
Silver disc.
It's a silver disc.
Silver disc.
Anywhere
It's not a
from,
coin.
it's silver disc.
It's not a coin.
It's a coin.
It's not a coin.
1792 to, I believe, 1873 was the last time they issued half dimes.
Okay.
They
So-
made silver discs in 1792.
I'm telling you what, it's that smooth. I'm saying it's 1792 floating.
Of course you are.
But that's, all these finds, it's what you're going to find around a house.
Right.
Nothing out of the ordinary for me.
Okay.
Except for that, which is a half dime.
Silver
Well-
disc.
Well, then I guess we'll.
What did you find, Clay?
I found some really nice stuff. I don't have my garbage out here either. I did find like junk iron and stuff like that. So, that's one of the things when you see what we lay out. Rich lays out most of his junk, but we don't lay out everything.
No, I didn't lay out everything.
We should just show how much.
Just show how much we
We
pull out of
should
there.
at some point.
Well, so I was asked to go because it was a large area and we only had a few days to hit it. And so you guys asked me to go, and then you yelled at me for going, and it hurt my feelings.
Both of them?
One.
What?
You should say feeling.
Feeling. Well, it may have only hurt one because then when I found this stuff, I was okay.
Yeah.
So I had a great time detecting. Ironically, where I live was part of the Clarke farm. So I actually found two things on my own property that could be related to the Clarks, maybe. The round ball, I mean, it's an older round ball, 69 caliber, so I mean, it's a large round ball. So that's probably a little bit earlier than what we're looking at with the Clarke House, but the site was inhabited for a long time. So that was a neat one that I found on my property. And then I was so excited, I found silver, and I thought, oh, I got it, right? This is going to be really cool. And then I sold 19. So it actually ended up being an Australian coin. Not real sure how that.
So what were your grandparents doing with Australian silver coins?
I have no idea, but 1910, 1 shilling is what it is. And so I found some other coins. I have a copper disc, but yeah. So I know what that came out of. Some other just, modern coins, 2002 quarter.
Those are always fun.
I thought it was great when I found it, but it wasn't.
Hey, they still work in vending machines.
They do. The three things that I really found that were interesting, I found these 2 flat buttons. You took a look at them and said they could range anywhere from late 18th century to the real early 19th century just because of the what do you call it?
The shanks.
The alpha shank?
Alpha and omega shanks. They look like they're alpha shanks.
Okay. So, those are great. And what was interesting is I found those, right next to one another. I dug one hole and I was like, oh, great. This is really cool. And I couldn't have been more than a foot away and found the second one. So, and they kind of match up in size. They may come off the same garment. I'm not sure. Mm-hmm. But then, so I was detecting and I got this really weird hit. It was so jittery. I've got that 30-year-old White's Quantum 2. And it jumps when it hits lead. It'll go zinc and I forget what the other one is, but it kind of jumps. And I'm getting these real bouncy signals, but it's an old crappy detector. So I dig almost every signal that I have because I don't know what it is. So I started digging and the pinpointer's bouncing too. Like everywhere I go, it's going off. And I thought I had something just huge in the ground. And I started pulling stuff out and I found all these little pieces of shot. And I didn't know exactly what it was. I had an idea, but I yelled for Rich to come over and I made, more than anything. But you were able to point out it's like drop shot for a shotgun.
Especially that one right there. You can see.
Yeah, that's a beautiful example.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean it's kind of neat, and so I just kept pulling out all these lead balls. I mean, more just kept coming out. Rich finally left, and what I found funny was that eventually he crossed over the little barrier that you guys put me on this little piece of property. Rich crossed over and started detecting where I was.
We're not. I'm telling you what. I'm a bottom feeder. I have no problem.
I will admit it.
Really? You're a bottom feeder because I'm pretty sure that you were yelling that I was a bottom feeder.
Yes.
That I skulk around.
You do.
You do. You do.
And I do want to make
it takes one to know.
Yeah, and I do want to make one thing clear. When you said that I probably know everything that's found, yeah, I do. I film it. Of course I know what's found. I'm right there.
I have a question though.
Yeah.
How far were these two apart, the buttons and the lead?
Pretty good distance, actually.
Oh.
Maybe, well, I won't say a great distance, but probably 15 yards.
Oh, no, it was more like 30, 40 yards.
Oh, was it that far away?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So a decent distance off,
right.
but yeah. But I mean, still, it's to me, my first silver, so I love it. But this is probably the most unique thing I've ever found. So I'm just thrilled with it, and I can't wait to go out and detect with you guys again.
We don't put batteries in this.
No, we just don't take him next time.
But it might still get.
Who's gonna film?
I can buy a tripod.
Next time on Searches,
next time.
all static cameras. I mean, archaeologists, what are we looking at? I mean,
it all reflects what you're going to see at a homestead. Well, except for something like this. This is a little out of the ordinary. I mean,
right.
But I mean, all this stuff here, I would think we would typically find even the buttons here, from a place that there's, farming activity, homestead, not homestead, but just general living,
Right.
debris and stuff around. But that is something a little bit different. Who knows? I mean, it could be maybe someone dropped their shot pouch.
Right.
That's to find that much in one spot. It could be a spill, but
Could be where they were actually making the stuff.
exactly. That's true. It's very true.
Okay. So,
So
well, excellent finds. I'm really excited, and I want to thank Dove Corporation for letting us go out there. One of the things that we make sure to do all the time is get permission to the sites that we go to. Everywhere we go, we talk to the people, whether it's myself or one of you guys. We always get permission to go, and Dove Corporation gave us permission to go out and detect at the Clarke property. And so we're excited to be able to turn this stuff back over to them and have it maybe be on display at their business so they can show people when they come in. So, all right, well, I guess that's it, and we'll see you guys at the next
But
episode.
there's something to remember that's very important.
What's that?
You must like and subscribe
Oh,
to our
yes.
YouTube channel.
Yes.
So
I
see you
mean,
next time.
You're on YouTube right now, so just like it. It's
Yep.
real easy. Just down below a little
Right
bit further. Yeah.
Yep. And then subscribe.
The hell are you pointing to?
Right over there.
It's a small button.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.